ideasonballs.co.za. Weekdays 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Let's see. Dorothy Black, of course, joins us every single Wednesday afternoon on the dot spot. And, of course, you can follow her all over the place because she's just our fabulous of all fabulous. Oh, in a lovely dark blue. Is it a dress?
It's electric blue. Thank you very much.
Oh, lovely. We like electric blue.
I
Hello.
think it was supposed to be a dress, but I'm wearing it as a top.
So you got nothing underneath? I mean, no pants?
Pads.
Corduroy. Are those corduroy pants?
Yes.
Ah, how good are my eyes?
That's pretty good.
I thought pretty good as well. Hey, Dottie.
I'm so well. How are you?
We are fabulous. Thank you very much.
Nice jacket.
Daisy's here as
Hello,
well.
Dottie.
Hi, Daisy.
Now,
Have you got the question? Yay!
I've got your question. I like this question. It's a very good question. I'm looking forward to your answer. It says, "Hi, Dorothy. Is there a link between women who gym a lot losing their sex drive? We've been married 4 years, and over the last 7 months, my wife has been gymming hard and has lost 14 kilograms. But she's also lost her drive. She gets up at 4:30 a.m., so she's tired and in bed earlier than me, and I'm sure she's not in the mood for sex then. We're pretty connected, but she travels for work, so that also makes things tougher as well. Is there something up with that? Is sex really that important anyway?" Wow.
You know,
She's
so when
got a boyfriend. She's got a...
Listen, I think when I was chatting to this guy, it was more like a backwards and forwards. So I kind of like made a composite of everything he was saying. And do you know that the first thing that went through my head was
She's got a boyfriend.
She travels a lot for business. She's always at the gym. She doesn't want to have sex with you. Is it a possibility that there's an affair? So I just want to put that to the side. And then I just quickly want to look at the fact that apparently when you start doing exercise and stuff like that, you know, you get more confidence, your health improves, you get stronger, it boosts your sex drive and all that sort of stuff. However, apparently, and I'm no doctor or health science thing, this is what I found out yesterday, is that if you kind of reach the point where you're gymming too much or kind of becoming quite obsessed about it, in guys your testosterone levels drop, and in women their estrogen and their progesterone levels drop, and all of those hormones are very important for libido. So you can actually gym to a point, to excess and exercise to excess to a point where your sex drive actually drops.
Okay.
And so, you know, when he's talking about and she's waking up really early, and going to bed really early, and she's traveling a lot, it kind of starts making me feel like she's kind of gone on this mission to lose weight. She's lost weight, she's got more confidence, and now it becomes, you know, trying to find a balance. And she hasn't gotten to that point yet where you kind of have to start finding a balance again. And so, although I am kind of putting that thing to the side where maybe there's something else going on, I just quickly want to address a balance, like lifestyle balance in people's relationships, because you can gym to excess, you can work to excess, you can party to excess, you can do a lot of stuff to excess. But the point is you need to, at some point, stop and figure out how that's actually affecting your day-to-day life. And if your primary relationship, Sasha, I am trying to maintain a straight face here, and
that is disgusting. Yes, okay.
So if you're doing everything to excess and it's actually starting to affect your primary relationships, and sex is important. Look, you know what? Sex is important to me. For some couples, sex isn't important, but my feeling is if you're going to be in a monogamous relationship with one person and you have sexual needs and you've agreed to be faithful, then you need to come to some sort of agreement about how those needs are going to be met. Some couples don't care so much about sex. Some couples are completely on the same page about not having so much sex and don't really care about it, and that's fine. But if sex is important to you and this is an aspect of your relationship that's missing, because really, let's face it, that's what makes you partners. Otherwise, you might as well just be friends. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Very good point.
So Chicken needs to get to a point where she hears that her excess is actually affecting your relationship. And so you have to do my golden rule for everything, which is talk about it. You're going to have to sit down and say, honey, this 4 a.m. waking up thing, the excess, the going to bed, us not connecting sexually is actually a problem for me. And you said somewhere just now that you're sure she's not in the mood for sex. Honey, no one is telepathic. You don't know until you actually say, do you want to kind of get a little bit of kinky before you go to bed? Honey, I love you. I want to reconnect. You can't make assumptions about whether she wants to have sex or not. If she's not instigating, if she's never been an instigator, you have to kind of step in and say something.
Maybe it's because it's winter and it's cold and she just wants to get in bed and get warm.
Then you would be having more sex if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, but maybe she's got too many clothes on.
I know, that is the problem with winter, isn't it?
Gee
No,
whiz.
I think it probably has to do with the 4 a.m. wake up. Who does that?
Yeah,
Guys.
what's wrong with these people who go to gym at 4 o'clock in the morning?
No,
Get a life. Have some sex.
I just don't think it's healthy. I mean, how much do you need to go to the gym? Also, part of your compromise could probably be that you guys start working out together, even though I know that a lot of people, if they're quite hectic gym people, like that is their alone time. That is their time to kind of like switch off and to be alone and to kind of think about stuff. So, ultimately you have to sit down and have a chat. And then there is the thing, like, is it actually maybe something else that's distracting her?
Maybe, because he says she travels a lot for work. So maybe his first question should be, is she also getting up at 4:30 going to the gym while she's at work?
Well, she's traveling. Good point. Look, I mean, there are loads of things. I think people know when a partner is cheating. Like, you don't have kids distracting you. There's like nothing really distracting you from this relationship. So I think when people feel like there's something amiss, there is generally something amiss. And I'm not saying that's another person. I'm just saying if you start feeling like there's a disconnect, that's because there is a disconnect, whether it's with you or your partner or both of you. And so I think there are a few things to look at when you're starting to suspect, the things with your partner, is that they become more obsessed about their bodies. They really care about what they look like. And it's not that they care about what they look like. It's that it's a sudden change, and it doesn't have to do necessarily with you. Like, whether you like them being 14 Ks lighter or wearing that dress really is inconsequential to them. They're always on their phones. They're more connected to their devices than they are to talking to you. They're traveling a lot. The sex drive goes down. There are a lot of things that would be, sparking warning bells here. Yeah. But again, it'll come down to asking her.
Sure. Yeah, it's a tough one, eh? It's a tough one. But you're right. He's got to go there and say, listen, what's up with all of this extra...
And she's gonna have to come to the table as well, and she's gonna have to make a few compromises that don't involve maybe waking up every day at 4 a.m., but like having a little bit of a lie-in, like maybe take a Saturday off or a Wednesday morning off, or do something together that can be physical, but it's not just this complete disconnect where you are not an aspect in her life. And I'm kind of hearing that, like, you're not an aspect in her life, and I think that needs to be addressed.
Yes. Well, we've got a very good tweet here. It says, men have a loss of libido when women start looking like men. Maybe she's one of those like power lifter kind of, I don't know.
I think the part that I cut out in the, like, I don't really agree with that, because I think also
I know he was just being silly.
I know, but I also I think that there might be something there. Like, if you've fallen in love with your person and you like the way they look, and then suddenly they become like rake thin, or they become like over muscular, and that isn't really something that turns you on. There's a little element of truth there, something that we need to look at. But especially with this case, the guy was saying, like, he still finds her really attractive. He finds her more attractive, which is what's making it. You found her attractive before, now he's even more into her, and that's why it's kind of tricky. Yeah. So there is that aspect to consider. If I was going out with a guy and he suddenly became a muscle Mary, I'd have a small problem with that, because I'm really actually not into, crazy muscular, kind of guys.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Oh, all right. Okay, then we're done.
No, just kind of. There's hope for people like Ian and myself.
A little bit for you.
Damn right, just a tiny, teeny. Dottie, what else have you been writing about? Are there any NSFWs?
Yes, there's always every Monday on the dotspot.net.
We like that.
But also I'm doing like a lot of new digital stuff with 24.com. So there are lots of like more video things with the wonderful Jennifer Sanasi.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
We like that.
Yes.
Where's the parrot?
The parrot's in the other room. Will I bring the parrot the next time?
No, I'm just concerned that we haven't heard the parrot for a couple of weeks.
Because he's in the next freaking room because he makes too much noise if he thinks anybody's having more fun than he does. He's a real jerk.
I like the parrot. What's its name? I forget.
Griffin.
Yeah, Griffin. Of course, that's a great parrot name. Dottie, we love you to pieces. Have a beautiful day.
Thanks, guys. You too. Bye.
Take it easy. Bye.
Balls.co.za